Good morning to all. Today's our topic is chemical agents or disinfectants. So, what is the mechanism of sterilization? This disinfection means there are four types. One is mainly coagulation of bacterial protoplasm. These disinfectants will cause coagulation of bacterial protoplasm and as well as disruption of cell membrane of bacteria, and these disinfectants will affect the bacterial enzymes and also will cause oxidation. So this is the mechanism of disinfectants. And coming to the classification of disinfectants, first of all, alcohols. So these alcohols are very much frequently used in sterilization procedures, and these are of three types, mainly methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, and isopropyl alcohol. And here the concentration to be used is 70 to 90% in water. So first of all, the isopropyl alcohol is better, and the uses of different types of alcohols here is the ethyl alcohol. So the ethyl alcohol mainly it will act as a skin disinfectant, and mainly it is routinely using in all laboratories. And the isopropyl alcohols, the main use here is to sterilize clinical thermometers. So this is very important bio question. And methyl alcohol, coming to the methyl alcohol, so these methyl alcohol sterilize small cabinets and incubators as well as. So the disadvantages of these alcohols are mainly there is no action on bacterial spores and viruses. Vapors are toxic and inflammable, for example methyl alcohol, and there is limited action on mycobacteria, these alcohols, and poor action in the presence of blood and organic matter. So next is aldehydes. So aldehydes is of two types. One is formaldehyde and glutaraldehyde. So formaldehyde mainly active agonist amino group in protein molecule of bacteria, and this formaldehyde may be act as bactericidal, sporicidal, and viricidal, and available as two forms. One is aqueous and gaseous forms, and 10% formalin is as aqueous preparation. So uses of formaldehyde mainly to preserve anatomical specimens and as well as to destroy anthrax spores in air and wool. And here the composition is 10% formalin plus 0.5% sodium tetraborate, which sterilize clean metal instruments in dentistry. And to prepare toxins, so toxides from toxins, these formula is very much useful in these procedures. And disadvantages here mainly this formaldehyde is toxic and irritant when inhaled. Coming to the other type of aldehyde is glutaraldehyde. This is an high grade disinfectant, very important for our question for you, and specially effective against TB bacilli, fungi, and viruses, and it available as 2% buffered solution, that is nothing but Cidex. So uses of glutaraldehyde is sterilization of cytoscopes, bronchoscopes, anesthetic tubes, plastic endotracheal tubes, and polythene tubes. So these are the uses of glutaraldehyde. The main important bio question is how to sterilize bronchoscopes and cytoscopes, endotracheal tubes means by using of glutaraldehyde. So next is the dyes. So dyes is are of two types. One is aniline dyes and acridine dyes. So first of all, aniline dyes mainly it reacts with the acid groups in the cells, bacterial cells, and mainly active against gram positive then gram negative bacteria. So the dyes, example of aniline dyes are brilliant green, crystal violet, and malachite green. Very important bio questions. Next, coming to the acridinic dyes, these are more active against gram-positive bacteria, and the principal here is it impairs the DNA complexes in microbes. For example, the acridinic dyes are proflavin, acriflavin, aniflavin, amikacin. So the efficacy affected very little in the presence of organic matter, and impregnated gauze For example, wound debridement disinfection. Uses. So use of this dye is mainly act as skin and wound antiseptics and the selective agents in some culture media. For example, malachite green in NGM medium. So the advantages of these dyes are non-irritant or non-toxic to skin and mucous membranes. So next is the halogens. So the halogens are of two types. One is iodine and chlorine. So the iodine is aqueous and alkalic solutions. So the iodine with the surface active agents that are nothing but iodophores. These are more active. So next is the chlorine, mainly available as hypochlorites, inactivated in the presence of organic matter and blood. So the chlorine mainly available as chlorhexidine is good choice for hand disinfection. Very important bio question for you. And use of this chlorine is mainly for swabbing the local parts prior to any procedure, and iodine preparation active against TB bacilli and viruses, and mainly this chlorine using in water supplies and swimming pools. Very important bio question. And as well as food and dairy industry, and for dressing the wounds and cleaning and debridement of wounds. So next is phenols. So phenol also known as carbolic acid, and the general purpose is it acts as an environmental disinfectant. So the preparation here is distillation of coal tar between temperatures of 170 degrees Celsius and 270 degrees Celsius, and the Joseph Lister, father of antiseptic surgery, introduced their use in surgery in 1865. And the main principle here is these phenols damages the cell membrane of bacteria, and a phenol in 1% solution is having bactericidal action. These phenols available as phenol, lysol, cresol, and the main use is disinfection of floor, workbenches, sharp instruments used in minor procedures. So the next other phenolic formulation in wide use are chloroxyphenols, chlorophenols, chlorhexidine, that is but hematine, hexachlorophene, and triclosan. So here the important is chloroxyphenols, nothing but Dettol. Commonly we are using in our homes or anywhere. So relatively inactive against Pseudomonas, and Dettol which is inactivated even by hot water. So the usage is here before pre-operative preparation of skin to control pyogenic foci in surgical and neonatal units. So next is the gases. So under gases, very important is ethylene oxide and formaldehyde gas. Okay. So ethylene oxide is an colorless liquid with sweety smell. It is highly penetrable, non-corrosive but skin irritant, and explosive if greater than 3% in the air. This property can be eliminated by mixing with CO2 or nitrogen. So the mode of action of ethylene oxide is it damages DNA or RNA of bacteria, and the material should be exposed to gas at the concentration of 70 to 100 mg per liter at 45 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius with humidity greater than 70% for about 2 hours to ensure sterility. So the uses of ethylene oxide gas is to sterilize respirators, suture material, and to sterilize dental equipment, to sterilize plastics, to sterilize foodstuffs, to sterilize heart lung machines. So advantages here is the disadvantages is mutagenicity and carcinogenicity, and unsuitable for fumigating the rooms. This is very important. Next important point is formaldehyde gas. Used for fumigation of operation theatres, very important bio question, and the gas is generated by adding 150 gram of KMNO4, that is nothing but potassium permanganate, to 280 ml formalin for 1000 cubic feet room. So after that, door should be sealed and open for 48 hours. So next is the beta propiolactone used as 0.2% gas, concentration product of ketone and formaldehyde. Advantages are more effective than formaldehyde but unsuitable for fumigation procedure. Rapid biocidal used for preparation of vaccines, and disadvantages is carcinogenicity and poor penetrating power. Next are the surface active agents. Mainly these are nothing but cleaning agents or surfactants. These cleaning agents or surfactants which alters energy relationship at interfaces and reduces the interfacial tension or surface tension. These are widely used as wetting agents, detergents, and as well and emulsifiers. So these are classified into four types. One is cationic, anionic, non-ionic, and amphoteric compounds. So cationic surface active agents, the function or principle is here is it acts on the phosphate groups present on the cell membranes and cause loss of semi-permeability and as well as will cause protein denaturation of bacteria. And bactericidal effect except on spores and tubercle bacilli. Active in alkaline pH only. So example of cationic surface active agents are catavolan, cetramide, benzalkonium chloride. This is bioequation. Next is the anionic compounds. These are effective in acid pH only. For example, common soap. So saturated fatty acids. Nothing but coconut oil. The most action is against gram-negative bacteria. Unsaturated fatty acids are also known as oleic acid, mainly acts on gram-positive bacilli and Neisseria group of organisms. Next is the amphoteric compounds, nothing but TECO compounds, possess detergent property of anionic and antimicrobial activity of cationic compounds and active in the wide range of pH. Next disinfectants or metallic salts. These are not in general use, but active against gram-negative and gram-positive bacteria and viruses. Salts of heavy metals, for example, copper, silver, and mercury are used. So the mode of action here is where it acts on protein of bacteria and nothing but protein coagulants, and it disrupts the cell enzymes also. Uses: antiseptic agent, it acts as antiseptic agent and bacteriostatic agent, but low bactericidal effect and limited fungicidal effect. So this is about metals. So salts of mercury, this is also metal, but here important is silver salts. These are in aqueous solution. So mainly it will use in abrasions and wounds and burns. And copper salts mainly act as a mainly involved in fungicides. So next is important is evaluation of efficacy of disinfectant. So the disinfectant whether working properly or not means we can do some tests. So first test is phenol coefficient test. This is also nothing but Riedel-Walker test. So the formula is dilution of a test disinfectant by same dilution of phenol is equal to greater than 1. The another test is Chick-Martin test. So this is modified Riedel-Walker test and this is mainly in the presence of organic matter. So these are tests evaluate the efficacy of a disinfectant. So another test also in-use test. So disinfection solution commonly used in hospital practice. So this test is, and in this test we can quantitate estimation of viable microbes. And important thing is if we can efficacy, if can do the disinfectant while it is working or not means we can do this test, that is in-use test. So here the ability to inactivate known number of standard strains of pathogenic staphylococci on a specified surface within a given time. These results are more useful than phenol coefficient test.